Hello, this is Ms. Cortez and I am a librarian for Palm Beach State College's Belle Glade campus, and I'm just going to go through with you how to access and use some of our electronic resources that are available through our library. So like you saw in the previous screen, the first thing you'll want to do is log in to PantherWeb. And as you can see from my current screen, I'm already logged into PantherWeb, and there are these quick links here. And there's a yellow icon with a book that says library. I'm just going to click on that, and that way I'm logged in. So it's always important to log in first because these resources from the library are not available for free and they're not available to the public. So you first have to show that you're affiliated with Palm Beach State College in order to access everything. So once you come to this screen, this is what is called the library catalog. And the catalog basically is searching all of the library's holdings at once. So that includes our physical resources such as our books in print and our DVDs, but it also includes a lot of our electronic resources. So in this search box, I'm just going to pretend that I am searching for information on a nursing career and click on that search button. So you can see that we have a lot of results here, and that's again because it's searching all of the library's holdings at once. But just to take you through some of these initial results, this first result is a book in print, and we know that because it has this icon of a book and it says book. It tells us below that it is located at the Belle Glade campus. We have the call number here in the middle, and that's how you would actually locate the book. And we know that it's available because it says available in green text here. So below that first book, we have some examples of some electronic resources. And these are resources that you don't have to drive out to other libraries in order to access them. You can access these right on your computer screen. So we have an example here of an article from the Western Journal of Nursing Research. And that's an example of what's called a peer-reviewed publication. And what a peer-reviewed publication is basically an expert in a certain subject field will write an article, but before it's published, his or her peers, or in other words, other experts in that subject area have to review it, and they have to approve it before it's published. So in order to access this article here, you would just click on that full text icon, and it brings up more information about that article. So in this case, it has the abstract, and the abstract is basically a short summary of what the article is about, and then it has their list of references here. To read that full article, you would just click on this little PDF download icon, and you can see here it brings up the full text of that article. Now going back to our list of search results here, I'm just going to scroll through and show you below we have another physical book here, and we know it's a physical book because it has this icon of a book and it says book, and we can see at what campuses it's located. But below that we have the same book, and it is an ebook, and we know it's an ebook because it has this red E and it says ebook. So these ebooks you can read right on your computer screen, or if you're on a tablet, you can read it on your tablet. And in order to read the book, you would just click on where it says click here to view this ebook. And again, it brings up more information on that book, such as a description, table of contents. And in order to read the full book, you would just click on where it says PDF full text. And it brings up that full book. So you could use these arrow keys to go through and read that book, or you could use the table of contents here to jump around to different chapters. Now, going back to our list of results from the library catalog, we had come up with over 100,000 results, and again, that's because it's searching all of the library's holdings at once. And we have this yellow box on the left here, which are ways that you can narrow down those results to get a smaller number to go through. So for example, you could narrow it down by format if you want to focus on peer-reviewed journals, for example, or you can narrow it down by the subject or the topic. And this is different from just a keyword, because basically we just searched for any items with the words nursing and career in them, but the subject or topic is what the items are actually about. So about 7,000 are about nursing, or you can narrow it down to the most recent information, for example. But because I want to focus on our electronic resources, I'm going to show you what are our databases. And a database is basically a collection of information that is searchable. And Palm Beach State College subscribes to over 100 databases through the libraries. And we have them arranged either by title, which is a list from A to Z of all of our databases by title. And we also have our databases arranged by subject area. So I'm going to click on databases by subject, and what that will bring up is all of our databases that are categorized by subject area. So for example, if you were looking for information on a specific person, you could go to biography, and by clicking on this plus sign, it gives you some databases that has information on people. And if you click on this blue circle with a little I in it, it gives you more information about what is inside that database. But as you can see, we have a variety of databases available. So if you're taking a business class, some of these would be helpful for you. Or if you were looking for information on a career, for example, this first one, Career Transitions, is a great tool to look for. It'll help you with running your resume and cover letters. It'll help you with looking for a job. And it also helps to assess what career areas are best for you. And I just wanted to go through and show you a couple of examples of databases that we have available. But I would encourage you to go to these databases and look around and explore and see what's there. But to start with, I'm going to go to the reference shelf. And if you think about libraries years ago, there were always what were called reference shelves. And the reference shelves had books including dictionaries and encyclopedias. Those were called reference books. So these databases are good places to start when you're doing a research project because they give a general overview of information. So I'm going to show you one called Credo Reference. Credo Reference is a great place to start doing your research because it gives you information from encyclopedias and dictionaries, and it's a good starting point. So as you can see here, I'm in Credo Reference, and at the top here we have the search box where you can search for anything, and below we have the subject areas. So the subjects are there for you to browse through. So let's say that you have a project on a career. Then you could click on Jobs and Careers, and it brings up some ebooks in that area. So we'll just look at the first one, which is the Occupational Outlook Handbook. And this is just one example of a resource. It's an ebook that's available through Credo Reference. And as you can see from here, it has an A to Z listing of different career areas. So let's say that you were interested in becoming an aerospace engineer. You could click on Aerospace Engineers, and it brings up more information on that occupation, such as how much they're paid, what type of education they'll need, what the job outlook looks like for the future, as well as what they actually do. And again, that's coming from the Occupational Outlook Handbook, and Credo has it available as an ebook as a resource. Going back to that initial page, you could also use the search box if you knew what you were looking for. So again, Credo Reference has reference books including encyclopedias and dictionaries in a variety of subject areas. So let's say that I was doing a project for a music class and I was interested in doing a project on jazz music. We could search for jazz, and as you can see, it has all of these suggested search terms here. I'm just going to stick to jazz and search for that. And it brings up some search results. Notice at the top here it says there's a topic page. When you see that, it means that it has a large collection of information on what you just searched for. And then below that we have some individual full text articles from, you can see Encyclopedia and other publications. But because there is a topic page, I'm going to go ahead and just click on jazz under topic page. And this is their topic page. So you can see it has from the Encyclopedia of American Studies, it has an article here. You could click on continue reading in order to continue reading that article. And this is an article that gives you a general overview of jazz music, including the history, different types of music related to jazz. On the right of that article, we have some related topics. So you can see they have different jazz musicians, different types of music as well. And then below this article, they have some photos. And if we keep going down, they give you some related articles. So we have an article from the Harvard Dictionary of Music on jazz as well. And then below that, they give you some articles from databases that you could click through. So it's a really convenient tool to use, because if you want a lot of information in one place, this is a really good place to start. And through these suggested articles, when you click on one of them, it actually takes you to that database. So in this example, that's EBSCOhost, and it takes you to more information on that article. And then to read the full article, you could just click on that full text link, and it brings you up to the full text of that article here. So Credo Reference is just one example of a database, and I just showed you that one because it's a good starting point for any project. And it, like I said, it has a lot of reference books, such as encyclopedias and dictionaries, and then it has links to articles from other databases as well. But I encourage you all to go through and look at these databases and see what you have access to as Palm Beach State College students. That was just one example of a database that I wanted to show you all. Right now, I want to take you to a website that was created just for students at LoxGrovesVideo, and this is a website that accompanies this video. And to get to that website, you would just type in palmbeachstates.libguides.com/LoxGroves. Once you enter that into your search bar and press enter, you come to what's called a LibGuide. And again, this is a guide that was created just for students at LoxGrovesVideo, and it takes you through how to access our electronic resources. So from this first page, which is the home page, it goes over how to log into the library, which we first went over at the beginning of this video. So again, that's logging in through PantherWeb and clicking on that yellow icon with a book, and that takes you to the library. However, if you forget to log in to PantherWeb first, there is a second way to log in, and you'll come across a screen that asks for your borrower ID and PIN, and this has information for how to do that. Your borrower ID is this long number on the back of your Panther card, and your PIN is a 4-digit code that represents your month and year of birth. There's this video here that I would encourage you to watch. It's a fun video. Basically, research has shown that students who use the library services tend to have a higher GPA. This next tab here goes through what our database is. So databases have information that, again, you can access electronically. So that includes ebooks, full-text articles, streaming videos. We also have some interactive learning tools. Some examples of that include language learning. So if you're taking a foreign language class, we have Mango Languages, for example, that is interactive, in which you would practice pronunciating the words and you would get feedback on that. And then we have these videos here that are helpful to watch. This first video was made from a student at a college in Arizona, and it explains what databases are and why you would need them in your research, and it's a really good video. And then the second video was created from the library at Northeastern Illinois University, and it just goes through what databases are. This next tab is how to access databases, so it has some screenshots as a reminder. You would just click on databases by title or databases by subject to get a list of the databases here. This next tab here is how do I search databases. This video here is a good one to watch because it goes through some advanced search terms. So once you get into more of your research projects, this video is good to watch, and then we have some tips out here for advanced search terms. So this next tab that says what databases are available, this has just a sampling of a few databases that are available through Palm Beach State College libraries. So for example, this first database is from EBSCO, and it's called Academic Search Complete. So this is another good starting point because it covers a variety of subject areas and provides you with full text articles from scholarly journals where you can get those peer-reviewed articles, as well as magazines and newspapers. So on the left here you have a short description, and on the right is a short video that you can watch, and it just briefly shows you how to use that database. And then the next one we have is ebooks. So EBSCO has another database that searches just ebooks online, and so we have a short description here again and a video on the right that shows you how to use that. I just want to point out, if you are looking for ebooks, in addition to going to the ebooks database, you can also, from that catalog page or that first page that you initially get to after logging into PantherWeb, there's a tab that says ebooks, and if you click on that tab, then you're just searching for the ebooks in the library. So that's another way to look for ebooks. A couple more examples here. We have Films on Demand, which has streaming videos, and these are targeted towards academics, so these are mainly educational films and documentaries, but there is a database that is searchable. So on the left again we have a short description, and on the right here is a video that you can watch for how to use that and what's in there. And then lastly we have Mango Languages, which I mentioned briefly before, but this is a great database if you're taking a foreign language class. You can log in and use Mango Languages, and this is a fun and interactive way to help you with learning that language. And this last tab where it says how can I get more help has information. On the left is a link for a site called askalibrarian.org, and this is a free service provided by librarians throughout the state of Florida, and this is a way that you can chat live with a librarian. So this service is open from 10 a.m. to midnight from Sunday through Thursday, and from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. So if you're ever in need of help and there's no one at the college available to help you, and this can be help with your research or help with citing sources, you can use this service. You just go to the website askalibrarian.org, and on this website that's actually a live link that you can click on. And again, you can chat live either through instant messaging chatting on your computer, or there's a way to text a librarian or email a librarian. And then on the right here we have contact information for all of the libraries. Please feel free to reach out to any of us at the libraries. We're always happy to help you with your research. And that concludes this instructional video for you, and I hope it was helpful.